Hey everyone, I want to talk about an integration piece, and I think this integration piece is fantastic. Let's go with the story of I am a tenant rep office broker. My client has come to me and said they're looking for anywhere between 1,800 to 2,500 square feet of office. Now I'm going to utilize the Real Next Marketplace search. I've done my search here, and I found a building here that I like. It's $1.95 to $2 a square foot a month, and it's a triple net lease. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the share button. When I click the share button, I'm going to click CRM. Once I click CRM, I'm going to say send to CRM. What that information is going to do then is it's going to populate my RealNext CRM. Now you can see here it's populated in my program. Now I have that. Now, since I'm a tenant rep, I really am focused on the spaces of the building. One is I'm building out my market. Two is I have the spaces on my building, and each one of these spaces might be adequate for my client. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to say 8975 South. I'm going to come into spaces and I'm going to say 8975. And then this is going to be able to pull up those spaces for me that are on my map. 8975 is a key word, so it might show more spaces than where it was before. Again, let me show you this a little bit slower. So we have 8975 South, Pecos. 8975 South, Pecos. Now, it brought that information into the suites inside of the program for me. Now, since I'm looking anywhere between 2,000 or 3,000 square feet, 1,800 square feet, whatever that would be, and I want to give my client a couple different options, all I need to do is check these two boxes. From here, then what I can do is I can click output and I can say lease analysis. Now, since I am representing the tenant, I'm going to make it a tenant rep analysis. In this case, I'm going to call this the RealNext demo tenant rep analysis. I'm going to choose office. My total square feet, I'm just going to put anywhere between 2,000 to 2,200. I'm just going to make this 2,000. My tenants are looking to move in sometime in March. So we'll say March 1st is when we're looking at it. My lease term is going to be for 24 months. Now, discount rate. Discount rate is something you're going to want to look up. There's plenty of places to go look up discount rate, and there's many things that you want to look at your discount rate. Since we are looking at Nevada, I don't know what the discount rate probably would be around there, but I would assume somewhere around the discount rate, we'd be looking around 5.98% or 5.88%. And I don't think that really matters necessarily on the tenant rep side of things as much as it does on the landlord side. Now, I can say use commencement date for lease start in the space if it has one, or increase field if it has one. And I'm going to select increase field if it has one. And then I'm going to hit create. Now, what this is simply going to do is it's going to create my comparative lease analysis for me. Now, in here, I'm going to have my information. This is going to be lease, office. I can enter additional lines on here. I can add a photo if I want to, what the building would look like or any other information. Normally, this is going to have my logo, and this is more about me than it is anything. But now I can go ahead and start my lease analysis. Over in the settings side of things, again, this is where you're going to be able to change things from discount rate to DCF timing, usable square foot and rentable square footage. We can talk all about usable and rentable square foot. So you can see here I have two leases, and then lease 3, 4, and 5 are not showing as green, so they're not going to show in my summary. In here, I can put the rentable square feet, any add-on or usable square footage, and I think it was 2,000 square feet. Usable square footage is 2,000 feet as well. And again, remember the difference between rentable square foot and usable square footage. We don't count things like closet and so forth. Lease type, triple net, any renewal options, expansion, sprinklers, and other information. All this, including the notes, will go on your presentation. So don't worry about putting all that information in. And if you ever do want to copy a lease, you can copy a lease from one area to another area. So if something similar, you can do that. Works really well on the landlord side, so you can compare and contrast your different options. Lease data. Lease data, again, you can copy the lease data from one property to another property. So my base rent, we're going to put in here that it's going to be $2 a square foot, and we're going to put a square foot per month. I'm in California. I'm probably driving you all crazy in other states. And now I can hit save. Now it's going to start figuring out what my total base rent is. From here, I can add things like operating expenses, taxes, electricity. I can also change any of these topics or titles that I want, and I can do square foot per month, per year, annual. So tenant improvements, furniture, voice data, other improvements, and you can see here the amount financed, the month it occurs, the term, and the rate. Association fees, security, leasing, commissions, and other information that you can have also right inside of our program. Now from here, you can go ahead and see the analysis of each one of the properties. Then you have a beautiful summary, and this will go and allow you to do a compare and contrast. Now, I am just showing you the preliminary side of things. I'll create another video in here that will show you more of a built-out tenant proposal. But remember, if you're a tenant rep and you're looking for office, industrial, retail, you can easily integrate into our marketplace that then will populate your RealNext CRM, which will allow the population of the market edge lease analysis. Now, you can utilize this for landlord. So if you do have a building currently in marketplace and you are working with a tenant and you want to compare and contrast and see what that impacts the owner, no problem. As you get your redlined documents back and forth, this is a great way to show, tenant response, your response, tenant response, your response. It's a fantastic analysis tool. I hope you enjoyed this video and come back and watch more soon. Talk to everybody.